Hey y'all, hey, this is Bridget, your SLED queen. I know I've been away for a while. What have I been doing? You already know, writing and winning contracts. And now I am back on the scene to bring you some importante information about being shortlisted. If you're watching this video, chances are you've been shortlisted and you're like, what do I do next? Well, I'm going to let you know in this video exactly what being shortlisted means. And congratulations, number one. Okay, first and foremost, you made it past a whole bunch of people, but also how to prepare for the shortlist interview so you can win. That's why we're here. But here's the thing. This is where I see most small businesses drop the ball. They think that just because they were shortlisted that they won the contract. You didn't. And in my experience in the state, local, and education market, SLED, 60% of the businesses that are shortlisted, they don't even win the contract. But that's not gonna be you, because you watching me and I'm gonna help you prepare to win. First, let's talk about what shortlisted really means, because a lot of companies misunderstand this. When the government agency shortlists your company, it means that you made it through the initial evaluation, that your pricing was competitive, and it looks like you can do the job. Now, typically, they select about 3 to 5 companies out of 10, 20, maybe even 50. So here's what's happening behind the scenes. The government agency is checking to make sure that you can do everything that you said you was going to do in that proposal. They're checking your financials, your references, your capacity. Like, honestly, they're really trying to poke holes in your qualifications. Think of it like this. Your proposal, it got you to the interview. Now they're going to check your background, your references. Yeah, they're going to call those numbers. They're going to send emails out. So make sure, note, the people that you put as a reference in your proposal, let them know that the government agency could possibly be giving them a call. All right, so once they check that, they're just really making sure that you are a good fit for the contract. And if you're a business owner and it comes to hiring people, then you definitely should respect that. These are the immediate actions that you need to take within the first 48 hours of receiving the notification. Number 1, read the shortlist interview email, letter, however you get it, very, very slowly and 3 to 4 times. Look to see if there's any additional requests. Do they need additional documentation? Do they need to schedule an oral presentation with you? Are there new deadlines? Like, you really need to read every word twice, because I cannot tell you how many times I have seen small businesses just at this initial point lose out because they didn't respond in time. They didn't send the needed additional documents. It's like, dang, you already made it to this phase, and to lose out because you didn't read? So sad. Actually, it's not even sad. Number 2, let your team members and your subcontractors know immediately when you receive that notification letter, after you read it 3 and 4 times, of course, that you all have been selected, shortlisted for the proposal, right? From there, a couple of things will happen. Either the procurement officer, project manager, somebody from the board for the contract will give one of your subcontractors a call. That's why it's also important when you're writing proposals to let all your subcontractors know what their roles are when it comes to the scope of work and deliverables. Because if a project manager calls one of your subs and asks them some questions and they don't know what their role is in the contract, just go ahead and take your name off the list. Delete the email, because you're not going to win. Now, aside from the additional documents that they may request from you, they may also ask you to do an oral presentation. Now, I have done several of these, and I absolutely love this way the best, because they get to meet me and my team, experience our personality. So at that point, not only do we have one of the top proposals written, our pricing is competitive. They know pretty much from what we wrote we can do the job, but if they see or experience that they like talking to us, that means most likely they're gonna like working with us. So that's one of my favorites, an oral presentation. Now, when it comes to presentations, and they say you can have slides, minimum slides, okay? You're not doing a dissertation. And in that letter that I told you to read 3 to 4 times, they're gonna tell you exactly what they're going to be asking you. That's what you're going to put in your presentation, PowerPoint, Canvas slides, or whatever. Nothing more, nothing less. Give them what they ask for. Number 3, prepare your references. Now I know I touched on this before, but it deserves its own thing, okay? Let your references know that the agency, county, whoever could be giving them a call in regards to XYZ proposal. Did I say send them an email? I said give them a call and let them know how you listed them in your proposal. Now, usually you will let them know when you're actually writing the proposal, hey, XYZ organization, can I use you as a reference in this contract, right? But the time frame in between when you submitted the proposal and when you're actually shortlisted, that could be who knows, right? So remind them, hey, Tiffany, I listed you as a reference for this community outreach contract, and they could be giving you a call. It's related to voter registration. Okay, simple as that. And then I like to follow up with the email just in case they need to pull it up and look as a reminder. I cover all ends, but I send the email after I speak to them on the phone. And number 4, go back into that computer, pull out that proposal, and read what you wrote. Like I said, the time frame in between when you submitted the proposal and then when you got shortlisted, that could be 3, 4, 6 months. Go back over it, read it in detail so you can know how to explain your strategy or your process, and you can be prepared for when they ask you any question, especially for those of you who are using AI and you kind of a little bit know what's in the proposal. Go back and read the whole thing from executive to conclusion. I am an expert when it comes to shortlist oral presentations. I have done many, which have helped me to win many. Okay, so if you just follow these steps, you too will be prepared to win. If you are given the option for an oral presentation with your shortlist, they typically will ask you to select the top 3 to 5 key personnel that you listed in your proposal. I choose the people who are most likely to present well in front of the board. So from there, I choose my top 4 to 5 people. I make sure that I submit them to the person who sent the shortlist letter because they will ask for that. They'll ask for you to return a form to confirm that you will do an oral presentation on that date, and then the people who will be present in the presentation. So they better be real people that you put in your proposal. The next thing that I do is that I send out an email to all of my top key personnel that will be in the oral presentation, setting up a date and time for us to discuss exactly what the shortlist letter required from us or what they're going to ask us, or we can go over the proposal. And so we all can be prepared if they ask us any questions. That's the first thing you do. Set the meeting. You're going to have about maybe 2, maybe 3 meetings depending on how large the contract is. The first one is a general overview. The next one is the dry run to make sure that everyone stays within their time frame that's given. Most of the time, we've gotten only 15 minutes to tell about how we're going to execute the contract. After I set the initial meeting, then I start working on the slides. My slides will correspond with what they asked me for in the shortlist letter. So if they ask for a more detailed description of a windshield study or how we're going to execute the water cleanliness communications, like that's what I will make the slides after. Now again, like I said, if you got 15 minutes, you can't have 36 slides, okay, without people rushing through it. You want to make sure that 4 to 5 slides, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that 4 to 5 slides is good. When it comes to presenting in the oral presentation, you know, sometimes you feel like you don't have to say this, but make sure everybody has their camera on and they're not in the car or in an area where there's a lot of background going on and people are dressed to impress. What you got on below your shirt, it don't even matter. Just make sure that everything up here looks presentable to the procurement officer and whoever else is on the call. It's like sometimes, like I said, you think you don't have to say that, but you'll be surprised. Who should speak during this oral presentation? It should always start with the prime. Now, if you are the prime of the contract and you're an introvert and you feel like you're nervous and you're scared and you can't speak in front of these people, you go need to learn today, all right? The prime needs to start off, hello everybody, I'm so-and-so, introducing my team, go down the line. Most of the times, like I'll get my team to introduce themselves after I name who they are, but me as the prime, I have to show that I'm a great leader, and that's what they want to see, that the prime knows how to lead and delegate. Also, another thing I like to do in oral presentations is to make sure that everyone who is on the call, all of my key personnel, that they say at least one thing. It could be one sentence, but I want everybody to be involved. Now, after you went through your 15-minute presentation and it sounds wonderful, you know who should end the presentation? The prime. Always end it with why you think you are the perfect fit for the contract. So remember, being shortlisted means that you're qualified. Now it's up to you to let them know why you are the right choice for the contract. If this video has helped you prepare better for your shortlist, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Make sure you comment, because how else am I going to know if you want or not? Which you will, because again, you know, you watched me and I'm going to help you through this. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, 1 Mil 1 Year, for more tips on the SLED market, state, local, and education market when it comes to proposal writing, capability statements, all the things in order to win.